And Ali said,
as an example,
if you want to do an operation in, let's say, Dusseldorf, how would you do that? And Abu Zubaydah said, well, there's this guy, Muhammad, and here's his phone number. Muhammad lives in Dusseldorf, and he has a cousin, Abdullah, and Abdullah has access to weapons. And here's Abdullah's email. And then Abdullah's got a friend, Rashid. They meet at the coffee shop, and Rashid has access to explosives. And then we're able to call the Germans and say, hey, listen, you have a serious problem in Dusseldorf, and here's what you need to do. And then they kick down the door and they grab these guys. That saved lives. The other thing that he told us, and
he laughed, actually,
because Ali didn't know what the heck he was talking about. He was talking about Mukhtar, a guy using the nom de guerre Mukhtar. We knew from our own files that there was this guy out there who called himself Mukhtar, who was a
very bad guy.
In 1996, he had initiated something called the Bojinka operation. It was supposed to be carried out in the Philippines, and the idea was to hijack as many as
14 747s
and then
fly them into buildings all up and down the west coast of the United States.
It just so happened that one day, Mukhtar, working on his plan, his diabolical terrorism plan, he went out to have lunch. And when he went out to have lunch, the cleaning lady came in to clean the apartment, and she sees all this stuff laid out, and she said,
that looks like a terrorist attack
being planned. She calls the cops. The cops come and say,
ooh, this looks like a terrorist
attack. We better call the Philippine Intelligence Service. They come and look at it, and somebody says, we should probably call the CIA on this. And so we confiscated everything, and Bojinka was disrupted.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
A cleaning lady.
You never know. You just never know.
It's just crazy that he would leave the plans just hanging around.
Like, thinking nobody's going to come, nobody's going to see it. And then he ran off. So we knew there was this guy out there planning this big thing, and his name was Mukhtar. Abu Zubaydah laughed at us and said, you don't know who Mukhtar is? And Ali said no. And Abu Zubaydah said, his name is Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. That's the first time we ever heard that name. We didn't have any documents in any files that were about any guy named Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. But that was the very first time we were able to piece it all together. And it was thanks to Abu Zubaydah, in turn, thanks to Ali Soufan's treating Abu Zubaydah with respect. But on August the 1st, 2002, George Tenet went to the White House, and he asked the president, for reasons that have never been made clear, he asked the president to turn over primacy to the CIA. He did that. And the CIA director, Robert Mueller, to his credit, he knew exactly what was going to come. Not only withdrew FBI personnel from the secret site, he withdrew FBI personnel from the country that the secret site was in. And within 12 hours, the CIA began to
torture Abu Zubaydah.
He went completely silent and remained silent. And then the FBI went back to the president and said, look, the CIA is screwing this up. We were getting all this intelligence from this guy. Now he won't say anything. And we're putting him in a coffin. And we heard that he had this irrational fear of bugs. So we pour a
box of cockroaches on him
in the coffin and close up the coffin. And we would open it up every couple days to change his diaper and give him food. And he went nuts. And so finally, the White House turns everything back over to the FBI. It takes Ali months to get him to talk again. And then he starts talking again. And he's given us more and more information about Al-Qaeda operations in Malaysia and anti-Australia operations and what's going on in Canada and how Al-Qaeda is able to move across borders between Europe and Asia. And then the CIA comes back in again and starts torturing him again and screwed it all up.
And why would they do that? I don't understand. If you're getting information, why would they decide to ramp it up and torture him?
I think for a couple of reasons. I think we should never underestimate the motivating factor of a desire for revenge. Right? This was the worst intelligence failure in the history of the country. 3,000 people died because we hadn't done our jobs. So that was one thing. The other thing is the CIA had entered into an agreement with these two contract psychologists, James Mitchell and Bruce Jessen, in October of 2001. And they said, hey, we've reverse engineered the military's SEER program, and we think this would be an effective but harsh interrogation technique. And so we were chomping at the bit at the agency to try this thing out without using the word torture. We paid those guys $108 million to say, oh, we think you should torture people. Here are the torture techniques. Just let us know when you want us to start. $108 million for that. And so we thought, well, we've already spent the money, and we really do want revenge on these guys. So what the hell? Let's just go for it. I think that's what it was.
Wow.